This was rated R?
What? I guess he said fuck sometimes.
Yeah, rated R for language throughout and some drug use. I don't even remember that much language. This is loosely based on the true story of the controversy surrounding Robbie Williams' hit Angels, which involved an Irish songwriter, Ray Heffernan, who claimed to have co-written the song in 1996.
Interesting.
So this had a budget of only $10 million. Opening weekend, under 200,000 so far.
Fuck.
Ugh. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Well, shit. You should have gone the same weekend as He-Man and Scary Movie. You played yourself.
Well, that was a movie.
Hello and welcome. English is hard. Hello and welcome back to Not Simon's Rants. Hello and welcome back to First Thoughts Podcast. I'm Simon, that's Justin, and today we're giving our first thoughts on Power Ballad, the new film by John Carney, starring Paul Rudd, Nick Jonas, and Peter McDonald. If you don't know, this movie follows Paul Rudd's character, who is a lead singer in a wedding band, so clearly not that successful if you're only at that level when you're Paul Rudd's age, which, believe it or not, he's old. Doesn't look it, Paul Rudd. Forever young. But he runs into Danny Wilson, aka Nick Jonas, who has left One Direction. I'm sorry, Impossible. I'm sorry, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, Impossible.
And he meets him at a wedding, and they jam together. And Nick Jonas, long story short, steals one of his songs, which becomes a #1 hit in the world or in the U.S.
Some chart
somewhere, and then doesn't give him credit at all. So yeah, that's what you get from the trailer. That's what you get in the movie. No real big surprises, I guess. Some people might not be able to predict the end. I felt like this movie was fairly cookie cutter.
I will say the end surprised me, not in that I didn't see it coming, in that I thought it would go further if it went there at all.
But that's fair.
Yeah.
I think this movie overall, it either was rewritten too many times or needed another rewrite. I can't tell because it just didn't. I don't know. It like the story elements were all there, but it's like they didn't really flow like a story. And especially Nick Jonas's character, which I thought Nick Jonas was really good in this. Actually,
yeah.
He was my favorite thing about the movie, and I like Paul Rudd. Nick Jonas, I felt like stole the scenes he was in. But his character just wasn't well written because, you know, he's a guy who you're supposed to like at first and then who ends up doing a pretty nasty thing.
Yeah.
They didn't convince me that he was nasty, and if he was supposed to maintain his niceness, they didn't give enough reason for him or motivation or even show the journey of him struggling with the decision to do a really nasty thing.
I agree they didn't show the journey. I disagree that they didn't show the motivation. I clearly understand why he did it. But
me too. I
it was a literal show the motivation. Next scene, he's already gone through with it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. I don't know this character still after having seen the movie, and I'm like, you needed to flesh him out one way or the other. But it's like he was written to be a douchebag. And then they got Nick Jonas in the room. I'm like, he's so nice. And they just let him stay nice when he should have been more douchey. And if he was going to be nice, then they needed to write that better.
You know, I wonder if it's, and it's probably not great for storytelling, but I wonder if it's, they know the potential audience. They're probably expecting adults that grew up
with Nick Jonas,
various boy band eras, these types of groups, and have heard the experiences from those people now that they're adults and willing to share some of that stuff, the journeys they go through. Not trying to get too much, although it seems pretty obvious if you've seen the trailer, like exactly what struggles a person in a former boy band could have.
Right.
So I guess maybe they expect us to fill in the blanks, and that did work for me.
Sure.
Not like it was great storytelling.
To see him do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
The concept of it,
right.
But like the character was not fleshed out. They didn't do anything with him.
Yeah, honestly, if they had ended it like one scene earlier, it probably would have gotten like an extra
I thought they were going to, because it faded to black.
I was like, oh wow, that was interesting.
Spoiler, I guess. fading to black and then keep going. That's a minor spoiler, but
Yeah, whatever.
fake out ending, I guess.
But I was like, I was very surprised. I was like, okay, I knew everything up to that point, and I expected it to, resolve the usual way these kind of stories would, and it was
I thought you were using a word I didn't know there for a second. Sendatories. I'm like, what is sendatory?
Let me make up a definition right now. Punch it into.
From now on, every podcast, you memorize a new word and sneak it into the review.
It's my word of the day.
This film was very serendipitous. What? I don't know. I thought, this movie, there's a lot to nitpick about it. There's no way to beat around that. This movie has a ton of flaws.
Yeah.
But it's a feel-good, turn-off-your-brain movie that is enjoyable for what it is.
I admit, it was better than I expected, although I came in with really low expectations.
Yeah, I had very moderate expectations, and it eked them out. So, I think this movie's a 6. It's nothing to write home about, but I had a good time. And I was pleasantly surprised by Nick Jonas because, I know he's technically an actor, but nobody knows him for that. Everybody.
What has he been in? Actually, I have no idea. Outside of the
Camp
stuff
Rock.
he did in Disney. Outside of the stuff he did in Disney. All right. I know they did that.
Rock 2.
Okay, I thought he might have been in some shit over all these years.
I don't think so. I mean, probably bit parts here or there. I don't know, but he was good enough as an actor. Of course, he can sing. Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd. And then there's this side character, Sandy, who's Paul Rudd's right-hand man, also steals every scene he's in. He's probably, if not Nick Jonas, the most enjoyable thing about this film.
Loves him.
Funny to see Paul Rudd be third fiddle in this film, even though he's the main character. I was like, I like you, Paul, but I kind of like everybody else more.
No, I get that.
Except for the wife. She was the worst.
No, we'll talk about her.
I was just speaking of not showing motivation properly, I had neither Paul Rudd either. No character is fully fleshed out in this movie. And that's why I feel like it either needed more rewrites or there were too many, and then it's just it got lost when he was just this part goes here, oh no, it goes here, I don't know where it is, and eventually just kind of lost some meaning. But it was fine. It was fun. It was a good time. There's aspects of it that I kind of hated, aspects of it that I kind of loved. I thought the scenes of them writing music together, and separately, actually, because there's multiple, were very well done. It's so rare that we get to see, and maybe it's because we had Nick Jonas involved. I don't know how much actually, it seems to just be the writer-director's thing, is music-based movies.
Yeah, it seems to be.
And so, we haven't seen any of them, but that just,
his
perusing his
filmography
IMDb,
just looked like all music.
It just, there was a lot
and
of...
one episode of that's, How It's Made or Machine Marvels or whatever.
There we go. He loves how it's made. I know most music movies we see are biopics, and they're usually going to be written horribly. But I'm always happy when they actually show a writing process that seems legit. Yeah. And they had that in this. And I was like, I buy this. Everything that's happening with this writing process, I believe it right now. And that's great. From a technical standpoint, this movie's not well made, though. Camera work was terrible. Editing was pretty bad. Even some sound mixing wasn't good. There's a lot of lip syncing, and most of it's bad.
Yeah, some of the lip syncing, especially when they tried to do it from a distance, you could just tell.
It's not good, and it's mind-boggling. I wonder if, I feel like Nick Jonas maybe was only on set for a week, and so it's they kind of rushed through his scenes because I don't know, and he's also not really an actor, but that was his weakest point, was lip syncing, which is weird because it's you're singing all the time.
He's too real for that.
I guess. I don't know. But Paul Rudd wasn't great at lip syncing either. Nobody was. So I don't know. The editing stood out. I complained about it multiple times to you, but the one scene that pops out immediately is they're singing their duet.
Right.
At the beginning of this movie, that's how they meet, at a wedding. Paul Rudd sings into Nick Jonas's microphone, and then we cut to another angle, and he's got the microphone from the stand from over there. Yep. And then we cut back to the other angle, and he doesn't have the mic anymore, and it's back in the stand. And it just keeps flip-flopping, and I'm like, just pick a cut, guys. This editor, I sympathize with editors, but he didn't do well. unless that's really the best he could do, then sorry, they got zero coverage for you. And there was a lot of editing in this film that was like that. Camera work was abysmal. It was shaky as hell, cutting people's heads off constantly. It just didn't look good in any way. Yeah, not a great looking movie, but I think the cast and the plot, albeit contrived at times, is what makes it enjoyable. The music too, even if I don't really buy that song as being a number one hit, I don't. It's a fine song. It's not a number one hit.
Listen, it's a modern, classic ballad. Okay?
Right, those are so popular.
It's what the people want. Authenticity in today's day and age.
Yeah, it could have gone maybe number one in the 90s in the UK. Not here and not now, let me tell you.
Hey, listen, man, you wait. Get Taylor Swift to sing it, number one hit.
Oh, God, kill me.
Damn straight.
Anyway, so I gave it a 6. Did you say anything yet?
I'll go 6.5.
Okay.
It was better than I expected. I was honestly at a 7 for quite a bit, but I kind of feel like I got to knock it back a bit. I don't know if I'm going all the way back to a 6 or a 6.5. Yeah, the ending, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Didn't go far enough, or
dragged on too long.
Yeah,
one
both.
or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the editing's just, and the storytelling gets confused, and the family dynamic, which should have been like the power, the strength of this movie, is just not well told.
No, they give like one attempt at it, but they're not really in the movie that much to
it's
ever
like,
bring it back.
It's more than one attempt, but it's like they're all like false starts. We had like 3 or 4 false starts where we're like, we're going to be invested in this family. Actually, we're not. And it's like, oh, okay. And then we're going to pretend that the family was the focus. I'm like, was it? I don't think it was. But anyway, it's funny. That's its strength.
Yeah.
The music is enjoyable, and surprisingly good acting by Nick Jonas and another actor I'd never heard of before. And Paul Rudd's Paul Rudd. So that's what we had to think. We're going to get into spoilers now. So if you don't want anything spoilers, you should click away, go watch it, buy the 3rd ticket for the next showing of this film.
Hey-o.
Sit right next to the other 2 people. It'll be great. Yeah, watch it, come back, and we can talk about it then. But don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, and also check us out on TikTok, because we post there sometimes. Thanks, guys. Bye. So, spoilers. Yeah, so this movie clearly starts out as Paul Rudd wanting, I don't think revenge is the right word, he wants a fair shake for having written this song that went number 1. He wants credit, he kind of wants money, it seems.
Yeah.
He wants what he deserves.
It very much varies whether he wants money or credit, depending on the scene, but
well, the credit leads to money.
It doesn't have to, but he
sure
very much
does.
wants it to.
If you write a number 1 hit, other artists are going to come to you and ask you to write for them.
Well, listen, if we're talking that angle, then sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, for that particular song.
Yeah.
It didn't have to come with money.
No.
But, they made it come with money.
Yeah. So that's the motivation, like, pretty clearly for the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, starting to lose it. He gets into a fight with his bandmates. He gets kicked out of the band, and he goes home. He crashes the car because the song was on the radio, and he tries to turn it off too aggressively, so he crashes the car.
That was wild.
And so he gets home, and the wife goes, "You want some tea?" I'm like, "Oh, she's handling this well." She proceeds to tell him he needs to leave after offering him tea. Kind of a bizarre twist there.
Yeah.
And then tells him he's insane and he's made it all up, which I'm like, where did that come from? Like, and then he's like, "Oh, you don't believe me? You don't believe me. I'm gonna prove it." And so his motivation then completely shifts to just proving that he's not insane.
Yeah.
And it's really forced and unbelievable.
Except not really. He doesn't really need to prove it to anyone else, just to himself.
Just to himself, yeah. He's not actually proving it. He just wants to, like, literally, he sits down in the hot tub with Nick Jonas, fully clothed. Not Nick Jonas, Paul Rudd. And he goes like, I just need you to look me in the eye and tell me that I wrote this song. Like, that's it. That's all I need. And you're thinking, well, maybe he's secretly recording this or something.
Yep.
Pulling a Fun with Dick and Jane thing.
Yep, but he's in California, so that would have been bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, one gotten you very far, but at least you could post it on social media, and there'd be some fallout, and it's illegal, but then you'd still get some benefits from it.
True.
But then no, there is no plan. He literally just wants to be told that you're not insane. I'm like, you know you're not insane. When did this happen?
Drunk.
When did this happen?
It gave you the guitar.
Right.
Like,
What?
this all happened.
Yeah. And speaking of motivation being confused, Nick Jonas, to be fair, I also didn't know if Nick Jonas was a good or bad actor. So when he says, "Oh no, I was drunk, I don't remember anything," I was like, is he telling the truth or not? I can't tell because I didn't know if I believed him or not. And then they don't expound on it until like 25 minutes later into the movie. You don't see him for a while. And then he goes like, hey, maybe we should pay the guy. And I'm like, oh, so wait, does he actually know? Or is he just like feeling guilty? And then it's like, yeah, well, he helped, right? And it's like, we got the information too late. I didn't know what his motivation truly was. Like, I was guessing it was what it was.
Yeah, I very much felt like that was his motivation, that he was lying the whole time.
But then they need to show it and develop it and give me a reason why he chose to do it. Because, like...
Well, they gave you the reason, but, like...
I know, but, like,
they don't show you any struggle with that.
He's struggling to write a single for this album because his producer guy tells him, all of your songs are album songs. We don't have any singles. Yeah. Which hurts his feelings because he was really psyched about this other song that he said was going to be a single. So he goes home and he's working.
He's the Ringo too. Everyone else. Sure.
Everybody else has
careers.
succeeded at this point, and he's stuck to being on like Fear Factor and Survivor and shit. And so he's like going home and he's trying to write something and he can't. And then he starts playing Paul Rudd's song, not to put it on the album, just to play it. But then his girlfriend, whoever she is, they end up breaking up one scene later anyway, goes like, oh, that song's amazing. And who'd you write it for? And he's like, well, you, clearly. And I'm like, okay. Because you have to say that to your girlfriend, sure. And she's like, you should release this as a single. And he's like, do you think so? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, okay. And I'm like, wait, what?
It's a modern 80s ballad or whatever she said.
Whatever
the people want authenticity,
Right.
It's real.
Yeah, as you fly around on a green screen, which still no reason to be 50 feet in the air when you're on a green screen.
No, come on.
You can be 1 foot off the ground.
Listen, we string a tightrope across in the air and we put him on some wires and we have him walk across the tightrope, but really, really safe. Yeah. All right, so that we get that looking real. And then we have him hop off of it and we put the sparks on his feet and he fucking flies around like a fucking... Yeah, that was great. I love that music video.
It's so painfully like green screen too.
It was amazing.
I guess technically if you wanted an angle up at him like that, then you need him a few feet off the ground, but 50 feet is excessive. There's no reason to do that, and that's just a legal nightmare. You're gonna get sued. Don't do that to your pop singer, maybe.
Listen, it was all for the feet sparkles.
Right.
All for the feet
Speaking of feet, there was so many feet shots in this movie. Holy shit. I've never seen any other films by this director, but he likes feet based off of this film alone.
Well, listen, maybe feet and music go together with him. I don't know.
Maybe he can play the guitar with his feet.
See? Maybe he can play all the instruments with his feet. I don't know.
Drums.
Damn straight.
Damn gay.
Might be kind of interesting to play the
bongos.
I was talking about the pedals on the ground on the drums, but yeah, the bongos too.
Do that.
I use his hands for that one.
Anyway, so the ending, because that's the only other really spoiler we need to get into. Right. Even though you could probably see it coming a million miles away.
I mean,
I guess there's two options, two directions this story could have gone.
Yeah.
And they try to do both, which I hate. They needed to pick a strong direction, because it's either he never gets the credit and sad ending, but hey, he found contentment in himself, and so it's okay, or B, he gets the credit, happy ending. And they try to do both, which is a bogus cop-out bullshit ending.
No, I agree.
And so he meets him without a plan other than show up at his house and get thrown out. Great plan. I thought for a split second, but then I was like, no, this movie's PG, they won't go there. It's R, surprisingly. I thought he killed Nick Jonas for a second. I would have preferred that ending. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been interesting, but the movie just didn't seem like that the whole way through.
No, absolutely not. But for a split second, I was like, oh my God, he killed him. And then I was like, no way.
I did think he was going to be messed up from that fall. I didn't think he was going to kill him. Or he was dead.
It would have been funnier if they did.
I thought he'd just be like, broken arm, broken leg, and a brace.
Paralyzed?
Yeah, basically.
That would be crazy. But anyway, no, so then he just jumps down after him, and then they're like, fuck! That's the only fuck I remember in this movie, was Nick Jonas pretending to be a WWE star going, fuck!
It was like a half tackle, half flying knee, half...
That's when I knew Nick Jonas was great, was that moment. But actually, no, it was throughout the whole movie. He had a lot of really good acting, which was surprising, especially just like him in the hot tub being like, what do you want me to do? You were insane. Liked that acting a lot. But anyway, yeah, so then he just gets tackled by security, but then he gets saved by Sandy, so then they run away together, fly back to Ireland, and that's it. And they're like, yeah, no, didn't get anything out of that.
Yep, but the wife believes him now.
The wife believes him now.
Out of nowhere.
For some reason.
And now is also mad that they got robbed.
Yeah, also, randomly, the daughter believes him, too.
No, the daughter sent a text message before they left.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. It's just like, because he leaves, and she's, like, mad at him for leaving, and then she texts him the next morning, like, no, I believe you, Dad.
I also assumed she was mad at him for leaving, and mad at, like, that fight about, like, him
Maybe
saying
she was
that...
mad at the mom.
That's what I'm guessing after the text.
Yeah.
But before that, I was very positive it was the,
She seemed
I
much
gave
more
up my dreams for this, or whatever.
Yeah, because he says, like, I gave up my dreams for this, and... maybe no reason at all. Why'd I even do it? And she makes a face like, fuck you, and then leaves. And I'm like, yeah, that's a shitty thing to say to your daughter. Well, your wife in front of your daughter.
I guess he didn't know she was listening, but yeah, still.
Right. But, like, I don't blame her for that reaction at all.
No.
The wife is a psycho bitch. The daughter, not so much. The wife also just keeps accusing him of driving drunk when she knows he wasn't drunk, and I don't know why she keeps hammering that point.
They were non-alcoholic.
They were non-alcoholic. He gets tested at the hospital to show that he's not driving drunk, because if he was, he would have been arrested there.
Even still, it's perfect. Like, they didn't have to go that angle. It's so weird, because it's perfectly reasonable, even more so, to just be mad at him for fucking losing control when your daughter turned the volume up when he tried to turn it down.
Yes.
Like, that's super fucking wild.
Yes.
You didn't have to stick with this.
You didn't have to be like, you're
drunk driving, but you're not
and
actually
you're
drunk
insane.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can just say, like, you have to let it go.
Yeah.
Like, I know you wrote this song, which then she gets to later.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she lied about it, but whatever. It's like, I know you wrote this song, but, like, look, you have to let it go. I'm sorry, this sucks, but we got stolen from and there's nothing you can do. And he goes, yes, there is. And he leaves and she goes, where are you going? That's the direction the movie should have gone. It works so much better. Anyway, so, yeah, he gets back and she believes him now for some reason. And he's like, yeah, it's okay. I got what I needed. And then goes back to playing wedding venues, and they have like this side-by-side of him playing the song at the same time Nick Jonas playing the song in Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Which I'm like, that's a cool way to end this movie.
And even better, at that point, they had Nick go on stage, almost confess that he didn't write the song.
Even better, that was stupid.
And then caving. I liked it. I liked that he was actually sticking to his villainness or whatever, or sticking to his fakeness. He got called out for not being real.
Yeah.
It clearly affected him that he wants to be viewed as real.
I am so real.
And then he caved on stage. I liked it. If the movie had ended there, I'm not saying it would have been movie of the year or anything, or one of the greatest things, but, you know, it would have been a lot better than adding that extra scene on.
I was fine with him not telling anybody. I didn't like the execution. Like, I felt like he should have been backstage contemplating it and be like, I should say something. And then the producer would be like, fuck you, no. Get out there, because you earned this, and shut the fuck up. And he goes, okay. And he goes out there, and you can see him be, like, sad while singing it, but he's not going to say. They're going out there and be like, this song, shut up, everybody. This song changed my life.
Oh, no,
and I was just like, I didn't like that.
I can understand the execution not being great, but I do kind of like it being his own decision more
Sure.
than just, the
It's
producer getting up in his face about it and talking him down.
It's just the writing of it. I know it's done that way to trick the audience into thinking he's about to say something. And it's just tacky.
No,
I didn't like it. But regardless, yeah. So I'm like, okay, Fade to Black or whatever.
I was like, interesting spot.
Actually, sorry, not yet, because you see her on the computer like, oh, she's going to find the file.
Oh, yeah.
And then Fade to Black. And I was like, that's a fun choice because you don't know what he chooses to do with this. Because maybe he is just content. Maybe he doesn't want anything more. Or maybe he will. And so let's the viewer decide for, oh, okay, we're deciding for the audience.
Yep.
Okay. And he's got millions of dollars because he's throwing around wads of $100 bills at buskers.
Oh, yep.
Okay, great. Cool. I would have really preferred it if we didn't have that scene.
I also didn't need the scene where she found the song. I would have just been fine if it was her seeing photos and videos and maybe realizing that the song might be about her.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed that a lot more. Because then, like, as soon as they found it, I assumed that they were going for the money, and I was a little annoyed that it was confirmed.
You know what would have been really good? Is if she's like, we've got the scene, she's on the computer, they're both playing their songs simultaneously. They finish their songs, she finishes on the computer, they're standing for their own individual, applauses, and then she gets up and they all simultaneously walk out of their own stages / rooms simultaneously, and then the camera pans over to his shelf and you see the demo tape there that nobody's noticed because it's covered with a bunch of shit. Because that leaves it ambiguous as, is anybody ever going to find this?
That would have been interesting, yeah.
That would have been a much better ending.
Yeah, no, I
Fade
agree.
to black, and then cut to him playing a demo song. Not cut to, just audibly we hear him playing the demo during the credits.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
No, I agree.
So much better. But to just like, it was too neat to be like, here, he got a bunch of money and he made a crappy sounding produced song.
But then to end it there too,
Yeah.
and not show any fucking resolution with Jonas's
if you
character.
are going to go that direction, then yes, you need another scene, a montage
what is it?
of all the shit that's happening.
Did you get your writer's credit, or did you just get money from them?
Right.
Did he have to admit that he didn't write the song? What happened to it?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's poorly written,
Yeah.
and once again, I don't know if it's underwritten or overwritten. It's one or the other. I don't know which it is, but it's unfortunate because it's a good idea. It's a good enough idea that could have been a really good movie, and they just didn't really know what to do with it. It seems.
Yeah.
Almost reminds me of, not nearly as bad as, but reminded me kind of the Yesterday movie, that Beatles movie. Oh, I saw that with Eric, not
I didn't
you.
see it, but I know of it, and I know what it was
Where
about,
the concept of that, if you haven't seen it, you don't know what it is a guy wakes up and for some reason all of the Beatles music has never existed. Nobody knows who the Beatles are, nobody's ever heard of them. So he rewrites all the songs and starts playing them and gets famous. Great concept for a movie, except for it becomes nothing more than a romance film about him getting too famous for his girlfriend who liked him when he wasn't famous, and then he's like has to give it up because it's like the movie you've seen a million times. It's fucking Shark Tale. Great movie, by the way. And it's like, why waste that concept? That's a great concept on such a boring, predictable film. And this kind of is the same thing. It's not as bad.
Yeah.
This is still an enjoyable film. Yesterday was pretty bad to me. Don't care for that. But they also have a really bad John Lennon actor in that movie. And also, for some reason, Coca-Cola doesn't exist in this universe. I think it's supposed to be some sort of reference to, like, the most popular thing of all. I don't get it. Like, because how did the Beatles, like, it's like there's a funny reference because some other band that bit the Beatles never got famous. Who is it? Like Oasis.
Okay.
Also was never big. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
But then saying Coke doesn't exist, I'm like, because there's like a montage of him Googling things to see what still is there or isn't, because the Beatles never existed. And so, like, Oasis, and it's like, doesn't exist. I'm like, haha, I get that. And then it's like, Coke, what? And I'm like, what? Why? Did the Beatles, like, plug Coke and make it popular? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Greatest drink of the year, just because of them.
Right. We're off topic. And I don't really feel like talking about this movie anymore. Not that it's bad, it's fine, but it doesn't deserve to really take up a lot of time. It's a fine movie. It's a filler song. That's what it is. This isn't a single. It's an album song. It's
Oof.
an album track.
Oof.
And you see that because of how it performed against 2 singles this weekend. Ah!
Oh,
Scary Movie and
gosh.
He-Man both doing much better
Yeah, they
than
are.
this film.
They are jumping this movie hard.
There was 7 people, including us, in the theater for this. Meanwhile, Scary Movie, our next movie, is completely sold out.
At 10:40 p.m.
Yeah, seriously, the 7 being sold out makes sense.
Yeah.
10:40, crazy. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, and of course, follow us on TikTok because we post
Sometimes.
sometimes. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.